Oh. Okay. No, she already. I don't even need teeth to chew that boba. Big sausage wraps a small sausage. Good. Oh man. Well, happy Saturday from Taipei, Taiwan. Tonight I am at the Ximending shopping district and we're going to be sampling some of our most favorite Taiwanese street foods. If you're ever planning to visit Taiwan, then this place that is termed New York Times Square on steroids or the Shinjuku Tokyo of Taipei is the place you don't want to miss. Let's go check it out. So whenever you're visiting Ximending, one of the things you must try is this most popular boba milk tea shop. It's called Xingfutong. Now there are multiple branches worldwide, but this is the #1 spot you must get it from. Whenever we come to Ximending, this is the #1 place we go to get boba milk tea. As you can see, there's a huge line of people waiting to try this famous milk tea. One of the reasons why the milk tea at this shop is so good is because the line is always so long, so they're constantly churning out the boba so fast, so it's so fresh every time you order it. The boba is like just it melts in your mouth every time you drink it. Okay, so we just ordered the #1 on the menu, which is the brown sugar milk tea. The boba is made in a hot wok that they serve to you fresh. It's super, super tender. But when they give it to you, the top portion of the milk tea is still really cold, but you can feel the heat of the hot boba that they were stirring in the wok. So I'm gonna give it a sip here and give it a mix. I don't even need teeth to chew that boba. I can just chew it with my gums. So good. All right guys, so we just got started here in Ximending with our delicious boba milk tea, and one of the other things we love to try when we come here is the oyster noodles, the flour rice oyster noodles, which is another popular spot in this shopping district. We are currently in line waiting for the oyster noodles, and as you can see, the line is actually kind of queued up. So I've been to this shop a few times in my life whenever I visited Taiwan. Now there's usually always a really long line. The only time you won't find a long line is if you come early in the morning when they open up. So behind us is about a queue of 60 people, but it moves pretty fast. We were just at the very end. Oh yeah. So you can see how fast they're serving that up into the to-go rice bowls. So you can get it, the flour rice noodle, in two sizes, a large and a small. We're actually gonna do two smalls. One, we're gonna add a bit of chili and spice to it, and the other, we're gonna keep it as is for our little one to have her try as well. After ordering, if you're lucky enough to get a sitting area here, you can sit down and eat, but for the most part, people actually just stand and eat. So here we go. Okay, so I drizzled a little bit of that chili paste, the garlic, as well as a little bit of the vinegar to give it extra kicks. Mix it all up. Still scorching hot. You can see how fast they were churning it up in that wok, that giant wok. It was like an artwork for that chef, just kind of scooping it up into these little bowls. Here's my first bite, guys. They put a little bit of innards, pork innards. I don't see a whole lot of oysters, but if there's oysters, just tiny, tiny pieces. But very, very salty. It's like your ramen noodles back home with a whole nother level of spice and flavor. Really good. Wow, so that was pretty good. The flavor was quite overwhelming. Very, very flavorful, very, very salty. Not a whole lot of substance other than noodles. I mean, I got a few pieces of pork innards. I don't think I had any oyster pieces at all, and they call it oyster noodle. But because the flavor is so overwhelming, I actually have to chase it up with this boba milk tea that I still have left over. And we're making our way up on another food court type area within the Ximending alley. This one in particular seems to have a lot of people lined up. Not quite sure what the specialty is just yet, but it looks like what it is going to be Taiwanese sausage. They call this bao sai churng, I believe. And what that is, it's just a glutinous rice bun that wraps around a Taiwanese sausage that they top with a bunch of pickled vegetables, some pork floss. Pretty popular item at multiple night markets throughout Taiwan, not just Taipei itself. And so we are currently in line for our Taiwanese sausage. And if you haven't seen in my other videos, the literal translation of what they call it here is big sausage wraps a small sausage. And I just can't get over that translation. But again, what it is just a glutinous rice bun that they use as a bun, and they wrap that around a Taiwanese sausage. If you're ever walking through these night markets, whether it's here in Ximending or any other night markets in Taipei, you're looking for something good to eat and you don't know what to eat, just follow the crowds. The lines don't lie. So when you're ordering, you can obviously pick what side items or toppings you want to add it onto yours. We're going with everything. Most of it is pickled vegetables, some sauerkraut, some spicy toppings as well. And you can put a little bit of ketchup on there to give you that American feel. Only twist it. So there's a special way to get it out of that paper wrap. Supposedly you're supposed to just twist it. We got it with everything. Toppings? Yeah. Good. And I'm going to take a bite in. So we've had this at another night market. It's actually really good. All right. Almost ate that plastic wrap. Good. Oh man, getting it with all the toppings, super, super good. They even added a little bit of American ketchup on it, right? A little bit spicy, sour, prickly. Oh, the glutinous rice is stuck to the plastic wrap, so I'm not gonna eat the plastic, but let me see if I can fill that up. So ours is completely falling apart. So we're actually gonna move on to the next stall and try to find something else good to eat. I think what we're looking for now is actually the famous or popular oyster omelette that they serve here. Not just here, but in multiple night markets, you'll be able to find it there as well. But I do know there's a couple of stalls here that typically have really, really long lines, and we're gonna go hit it up. Let's go. So we're about halfway into the line to place our order for the oyster omelet. Moves pretty quick. The uncle there on the stovetop is actually churning them up. I believe they sell other stuff here as well. I can't read the menu. I wish I could, but we're here for the oyster omelet. I'm sure there's plenty of other good items you can order from the stall. So as you get closer to the front of the line, there's one of the servers actually comes and takes your order, and there actually is an English menu. In this stall, I believe you have the option to take the order away and just kind of stand and eat it. There are some tables inside. As you can see, it's very tight quarters. We're actually going to try to sit down and enjoy the food, so we're just waiting for our turn to get seated. Okay, so we just got seated. As you can tell, it's very, very tight in here, but eating street food in tight quarters, elbow to elbow with your loved ones and your close friends, traveling anywhere in the world is part of the whole experience. So here we go. So we ordered a few items. Specifically, what I'm going to be trying is the oyster omelet drizzle with the spicy, sweet chili paste, and then also the deep fried or pan fried turnip cake. All right, so we always ordered the oyster omelet that they drizzle heavily with some of that spicy, sweet chili sauce. Oh, there's an oyster right there. Okay, I want to make sure I get a bite of that. You can taste the oyster flavor. That sweet chili sauce is what actually gives it a really good kind of blend overall, good flavor. They also put a little bit of spinach into the oyster omelet. Good. Okay, so the next item that we also ordered was this pan-fried turnip cake. Now, if you're familiar with Cantonese-style dim sum, they do serve this in a lot of dim sum restaurants, and it's one of my favorite growing up. And it's going to be a little bit different Taiwanese style, but the memory and the impact on the brain in terms of eating this kind of food growing up is still the same for me. And go ahead and dig right in. I think they also drizzle it with a lot of the same sweet, spicy chili sauce that they put on that oyster omelet as well. There's a little bit of dark sauce here. I'm not sure what that is. Could be a little bit of oyster sauce with some soy sauce. Good. Again, the sauce is what makes it taste really, really good. Gotta make sure you get a lot of that in every little bite. Good. It's really good. Okay guys, so that was pretty good. My favorite was actually that turnip cake. The oyster omelet was really good as well. I've had actually from other countries like Thailand make a very similar dish and they deep fry it. So it's a little bit crispy. So for me, that's kind of my preference, but that's still really good if you've never had it before. What we're doing now is we're actually in line for the hot star chicken cutlet, which is a very popular item to get at most night markets as well. So I think that's gonna be the last item that we sample tonight here in Ximending. Thank you. Hey guys, we just got our giant chicken cutlet. It took a while, but it's hot, fresh off the oil. They drizzled it with a lot of white and black pepper and chili powder, I'm sorry. All right, so who's gonna do the honor and take the first bite? All right, so it's like a giant country fried steak. So I'm gonna take my bite, sprinkle with a lot of white pepper, chili powder. Should be pretty good, so. Hot.
Hot, right?
I'm trying to talk, but it's so hot. My tongue won't let me talk. You can see the steam coming out of it if you zoom in, but the chicken's not overly tasty, but it's very, very fresh. Like, if you want fried chicken straight out of the oil, place to go. What I would like is actually take this home, cut it up into chunks, and eat it with like a bed of rice. Oh, that's hot. Good though. What do you think, babe? I think the one that we had in Taichung, Yizhong night market, with the one with the teriyaki sauce that they cut up into little wedges, that was better, yeah. So one of the things about night markets, it's important to come with friends, right? Because there's so much to sample here that, you know, it's best to enjoy it with a lot of people. That way you're not wasting food if you want to sample a little bit of everything. And as you can see tonight, based on our experience here tonight at Ximending, there's actually a lot of food to eat, and we just kind of scratched the surface. Okay, so we're just kind of passing the chicken around. So I got to the center of the chicken now, so there's actually a lot of that mala powder is what it is. The chili powder, but specifically I think it's mala. I'm gonna take a bite right into the middle and see if I can get all that goodness. Yeah, that gives you a much better flavor. If you can handle the spice, try to ask for more of that. It's spicy though, wow. Juicy. It's just it's chicken breast. It's not dark meat chicken or anything. So for being chicken breast, it's actually very, very juicy. All right, guys. So hot star fried chicken. Definitely something you should hit up when visiting not just this night market, but any night market in Taiwan. Very good. Very good. So if you're not here for the food or the shopping, there's definitely a lot of entertainment, as you can see here. Breakdancing in the middle of the rain. Pretty cool. Okay guys, so we had about maybe five different Taiwanese street snacks. Most of it was deep fried, heavy on the salty and savory flavor profile. So what we want to do now before we wrap up the night here in Ximending is actually get some traditional Taiwanese dessert. So there's actually this pretty popular stall that we're coming across that seems to be pretty good. There's a lot of people in line waiting, so we're actually gonna give it a shot. It's gonna be a mixture of taro balls over tofu pudding and grass jelly over a bed of slushy ice. So that's one of my favorite Taiwanese style desserts. So let's go check it out. It's gonna rip. All right, so we managed to get a couple seats or a couple tables here. And there what we have is 2 separate bowls of taro balls with grass jelly over some sweet slushy ice, some red bean in there. I'll go ahead and dig into that. Oh yeah. Oh. Really refreshing. I'm not a huge fan of red bean, but I do love the taro balls. It's kind of like, if they prepare it well, it's just kind of like bouncy in your mouth, sweet, mochi type feeling. Make sure I get some of that slushy ice with the grass jelly, the big chunk of grass jelly. It's really good. I'll try into this one here. Get one of those mochi balls or those taro balls with some of that grass jelly. The grass jelly, if you never had it, it's kind of like a bittery, sweet flavor. It's like a herbal type jelly. It kind of grows on you. Most people don't like it at first, but the more you eat it, actually, because of the way it tastes, herbally and sweet, it makes you actually feel kind of healthy. So I personally like it. So we just finished our dessert, which was really, really good and refreshing to kind of seal off the night. If you've never been to Taipei, Taiwan, and you're planning to come out here, definitely come to Ximending. It's, like I said, New York Times Square on steroids. Again, if you've never been to Shinjuku, Tokyo, this is the next best thing. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, click the like button and subscribe to my channel to follow us for future content. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take care, have a good night, bye-bye.